If you have been following along, what we want to do now is delete all of our resource, because again, you want to not get charged for this. So let's go ahead and do that. So if we go in our cluster, let's delete this cluster because we don't need it anymore. So that is another thing we need to delete. So as you can see here, it says delete, manage your clusters and so on. And then if you go in home, you also have all of our resource groups that were created. So let's select all of them. And I believe you can't delete them this way. So what you need to do is go into the individual one, delete the resource group in here. This will also delete all any VMs, any databases, anything like that that was created as well. And what we also want to do is go into the other ones. So this one is deleting, and you can see this one is deleting as well. So each time you go into one, you can see it's deleting. The V app, we can go in and we need to delete this as well. So let's go ahead and delete this. So you just copy this and paste in and delete. And then the network watcher as well, essentially this needs deleting as well. So all in all, we need to delete everything that we've created and then essentially monitor our costs. So the way you would do that is in our search bar at the top, you would search for subscriptions in here. So let's go into here and we have our script subscription, and you can see all of the resources that we are using. So if we click view resources in here, you can see these are the clusters and so on that we are using. So let me just open this cluster up, and it says deleting running. So we can essentially wait for this to delete. So let's click back again in our subscriptions and we can delete this cluster as well. So this is a cluster that we need to delete. So confirm delete, yes. And now we just press delete. This will delete our cluster, and let's just double check by refreshing that this cluster is still deleting, which it is doing. So we can just keep that there, and all we need to do now is go in our subscriptions one more time. So it says here deleted resource group there. Let's go into our name and you can see that was also deleted. So now you want to keep an eye out on this as well. So spending rate and forecast, you can basically keep an eye out for that. And again, you can see here it says subscription. Let's cancel this subscription if you wanted to, or you could just leave it as it is and make sure everything, all the resources are deleted. So now what I want to do is quickly view resources, and now you can see all of my resources have gone back to zero. So that is fine. What I would also suggest, once this is 0 and 0, if you still want to keep your free plan and so on, just make sure you double check this, because we don't want to miss anything, or you don't want to make sure that there's any unexpected errors or in terms of the payments and so on. So we could also manage our billing. So if we go into billing, and you can see in here billing invoices, if there were any invoices, you could break down what there was. But in cost management, you could do budgets. So in budgets, what we want to do is create a budget. So you do not have any budgets, let's add one. And this is going to be Imran's budget for the creation date of July up until June 2026. So let's just do Imran's budget like this, and reset period is every month. So basically my budget for every month is going to be 5, or maybe let's just do 1 and then do next. And then the type is going to be the actual, and the percentage of the budget is going to be 100, and the action is going to be none. So let me just do manage action group. So this is how you would manage an action group. So let's create one, and at the minute we don't have a resource group, so that's fine. Action group name is my limit. I'm just going to call it that, and then this name is going to be my limit as well. So let's do that, and then go on next. In the notifications, the type, so you can email Azure, you can send a email / SMS, and the name and so on. You can fill all of this information in if you wanted to get a notification, actions and so on. So that's what you could do. Or you could just click review and create. It says please correct following actions, so it tells you what you've missed. And then again, because we don't have a resource group, we can also delete this information, and we actually don't need a alert for this because we don't have a resource group, so that's fine. So let's go into my budgets again. So make sure you cover that one off, and then also cost alert. If something is going to cost a certain amount, then you can create an alert for that as well. But cost management is important. Make sure you check that, and also make sure you check in the subscriptions, which if you cannot find where that is in the sidebars over here, it's also helpful in your recent services over here, where you can see in the subscription over here that essentially this is our limit. So you still have the free services that you can play with and create your own virtual machines, databases and so on. And other than that, let's just quickly finally check our resources. There shouldn't be anything in here. This is empty, which is fine. So now that is all complete. So again, like and subscribe, and then I will see you in the next video.